This week on Supercars Torque, it's time to have a bit of fun and make some predictions for the 2025 season. So I thought while I was off at the Bathurst 12-hour this weekend, I thought it might be a good idea to pre-record something for Tuesday's video, seeing as I wouldn't be back in time to record something new for this week. And some predictions for the season, a bit of fun, and then we can look back and see how it went at the end of the season, or maybe as I'm doing now, let's have a look at my 2024 predictions to see how it went on those before we get into next year's ones. So kicking off, the first prediction was common sense will prevail and Brodie will end up on the grid at some point, at least for some races. So Brodie did end up on the grid at some point. I did predict he was probably going to be in a wildcard car or with Premier Racing. I did not predict that he was going to end up back at Erebus for the rest of the season. So I think probably give myself half a point for that prediction because we did get to see Brodie on the grid like I predicted. DJR will still be down in the dumps most of the year. So DJR were still in the dumps last year. Maybe not quite as bad as what I predicted, but really for them, 9th and 11th in the championship, no wins, not where they expected to be. And that's why we've seen a lot of changes there for this year. So I'm going to give myself a tick on that one. I'm predicting this year that we will see more random winners than what we saw last year. So last year I predicted with Brodie and Shane Van Gisbergen out of the field, we would see a lot more random winners during the year. Probably didn't see quite as many as what I was expecting. We did see 10 winners over the year, though, if you do include Scott Pye and Todd Hazelwood in that 8. So in the 10, so there was 8 plus the 2 co-drivers for the endurance races. But I suppose we did see Nick Percat take a couple of wins and Andre Heimgartner take a win. So there is some random winners. And 8 out of a field of 24, not bad. That's 1/3 of the field did take a win at some point last year. So yeah, I'm going to give myself a tick on that one because I can grade it. Ryan Wood will be Rookie of the Year. Well, Ryan Wood was Rookie of the Year. Really went out on that one. And so he absolutely dominated Jackson Evans and Aaron Love. No big surprises there. Probably wasn't quite as strong as what I was hoping. We did see him qualify really well in Perth. We saw some flashes there. I was probably expecting a few more headline results there and potentially even one win. But yeah, he won the Rookie of the Year competition, so tick on that one. Finally, Blanchards will still occupy the last pit bay most of the year, even with this rolling pit bay thing. Well, I'm going to give myself half points for this one. They did beat the BJRB team by 1 point, but yeah, they were just, it was a pretty disappointing campaign, really. There was flashes of speed, especially from James Courtney. The other car, didn't show much speed at any time during the year, but realistically, they were soundly the slowest team of the year. So that's the review of last year's predictions out of the way. Let's have a look at the big things, big bold predictions for this year. So first off, I'm going to predict that the 2 Triple Eight drivers at the end of the sprint season will be in probably 1st and 3rd in the championship. At least both of them are going to be in the top 4. And one of them will be out of the championship when we leave the Gold Coast. I think one of them will have a dreadful weekend. They'll be out of the championship. And because it seems that half the fans out there are Triple Eight fans, that we will have half of the fans unhappy with the whole new finals system because you're going to lose one of your drivers that was right up the front at the start of at the end of the sprint portion of the championship. And there's going to be a very loud portion of the fan base that is not going to be happy with the whole championship. And a bit of a side note one on this, I predict that whoever wins the Enduro Cup and gets themselves into that fight at the end of the year for the championship, they won't be one of the top guys in the sprint. They might be just bordering on the edge of getting themselves in anyway. But I predict that the guy who wins the Enduro Cup won't be out of the top few, and they're going to kind of win their way into the championship fight at the end of the season. And that's going to enrage a lot of people because, it's going to be unfair that someone like that gets themselves in without having been really stellar during the sprint part of the season. But in general, this whole chase for the cup or whatever NASCAR used to call it, that is going to cause it's going to cause a lot of backlash, and a lot of people aren't going to enjoy it at the end of the season. I don't think I'm going out big. People don't like change, so my prediction within that is that one of the Triple Eight drivers is going to find themselves out of that hunt, and it's just going to be one Triple Eight driver fighting for the championship in Adelaide. Prediction number 2 is that we will see at least 2 new winners this year. Ryan Wood, Thomas Randall, I am looking at you. I think they're probably the next guys to take a win, but I am definitely not going to be unhappy if it's, say, Cam Hill or James Golding that gets their first wins this year. But I think we will see more winners this year. I think people will get a bit more cautious with the sprint championship thing, and also some will get more desperate with it depending on where they are sitting in the championship. So I'm very excited by all of this for this year. I think we're definitely going to see more winners, and at least 2 new winners added to the record books this year. Prediction 3, we will see more wildcards than the 2 currently already announced. So we've got the Supercheck one from Triple Eight, and we've got the Cameron Crick one from Matt Stone Racing. The charters have already signalled their intentions, and then don't be surprised if Tickford, Premier, Walkinshaw and Drew United all announce wildcard programs during the year. And there could be some that pop out of the woodwork as well. I fully expect that we're going to see more than the 26 cars at Bathurst that are already announced. Coming in number 4, Erebus will slump this year. DJR is going to go up and Erebus will be going down. And I'm talking a slump like they're going to be fighting with the Blanchards and the BJRB team right at the back of the championship. The dizzying heights of 2023 and then going out and winning Bathurst of that last year, that's going to be gone. This is a full rebuild year, and they are going to be in the dumps and just, totally lost this year. And my final prediction for the year, no one is going to mention parity all year. And when Cam Waters does bring it up, I'm just going to not listen. And so that's going to make that prediction come true. But please, let's not have parity as a thing this year because, I'm getting over it. So that's my predictions for 2025. Down in the comments, let me know what your predictions are. Maybe some fun ones, and I'd like to compile a list. And the ones that I find the best, I'll feature them in next week's video, and then we can look back at the end of the year and see what rang true. But anyway, until next time, I'm still Dave, and I'll catch you later.